Welcome back to Rhythm Guitar Book 2. This book focuses on open chords, strumming, and fingerstyle patterns. You can watch all these videos for free, but it's going to be a lot easier to learn if you have your own copy of Rhythm Guitar 2 that you can read from and write in. So I'll leave a link for that in the description. We're on page 35, and we have a lead sheet that only has 2 chords, but it does have some other challenges. Joshua Fought the Battle of Jericho has only 2 chords, A minor and E7, but it has a lot of other stuff going on, so let's take a look. It's in 4/4 time, and it's marked quarter equals 126, so that's on the speedy side, and it's got some repeats. First though, let's take a look at the chords. Just A minors and E7s. Remember, A minor and E7 have very similar shapes. You just need to move fingers 1 and 2 from the A minor to get to the E7, and vice versa. Also, this works very well with an alternating bass pattern, just a bass strum. So we'll be using that. Now take a look at the 3rd line. We have a 1st and 2nd ending. There is no forward repeat to go back to, so that takes us back up to the very beginning of the song. And then the second time through, once we get to that 3rd line, we play that E7, and then we jump over to the 2nd ending, and then continue on from there. And it's pretty normal for a while. Check out 3rd line from the bottom. Up until now, you've been playing A minor for at least a measure, E7 for a measure. In this measure, though, we have an A minor and an E7 in the same measure, and rather than doing a bass strum on an A minor and another bass strum on an E7, I'm just going to hold those chords for 2 beats each. You don't always have to stick to the same pattern that you started with. Sometimes it sounds good to pause in the middle, do something else, just to highlight a phrase or a new section. So after that quick A minor, E7, we go back to our alternating bass. Notice there's a fermata above beat 3 in the first measure of the last line. So even though we would normally be playing either a bass note or an alternating bass note on that beat, because of the fermata, we're just going to strum. So I'm going to go the measure before. This is the last measure of the second to last line, so you hear that in context. This is an A minor, so we have Joshua fought the battle of Jericho. And then you just strum it and hold it for a while, and then we're back to our pattern. Walls came tumbling down. Now at the end, you could do, on that A minor, you could just strum an A minor. It also sounds good to do walls came tumbling down. So like a half note bass note, and then strum on beat 3, and then hold from there. I'm going to play this one twice through. First time it's going to be at tempo, quarter equals 126. Second time it's going to be a slower practice tempo of quarter equals 95. And as always, I encourage you to play along so you can work on keeping a steady beat. Now, if you want to choose a different tempo, that's fine. Just get a metronome and set your own speed. I'm going to have the metronome clicking along, and when I get to the last line where the fermata is on the 3rd beat, I'm just going to let the metronome click along, and I'll just cue us in so we can come in on the next chord. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, play. Repeat. Second ending. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat. Second ending. Hold, 1, 2, 3. Your assignment is to practice Joshua Fought the Battle of Jericho on page 35. And as always, work on keeping a steady beat by playing along with the video or setting a metronome to your own tempo. It's more important to play steadily than it is to play fast. So if you can't play Joshua Fought the Battle at quarter equals 126 just yet, that's okay. Get a metronome and set your own tempo and then gradually increase the speed. So practice Joshua until you're comfortable with it. It could be a week, maybe more, maybe less. And when you're ready, I'll see you on page 36 with an instrumental lead sheet.